Cool. Hello, Rahul. Hello, everyone. So I'm Omar. I'm from Berlin, and I'm the founder of Monitoro, a no-code web scraping tool everyone can use. So data is the fuel of the future, right? Like businesses and decision makers rely on it, but it's locked in third-party websites. So they either copy-paste it, or they create costly and complex scraping infrastructure. Our solution for this, Monitoro, allows you to select which data to extract from any website. Now, every time something changes, we send this data to your other services in a machine-readable format. Let's look at a demo. I'm going to track the Twitter followers of the Pioneer account and send them to Google Sheets. Now I'm extracting the data. And now I connect it to my sheet. And I'm done. And wait for it. There we go. So that was easy, right? So currently, our users are using Monitoro to track all sorts of websites for changes. We have recruitment agencies, wholesale traders, software development teams, as well as NGOs, including actually an NGO from Washington, DC, who are using Monitoro currently to extract data because everybody needs this information, right? We are exploring 3 different go-to-market strategies right now. Our B2C offering is live on our website. Our B2B offering is being designed with customers and other partners who want to create data products on top of our infrastructure. And we have an enterprise tier for larger scale data extraction needs. So what's next for us? We want to build this platform for others to create data intensive products and businesses. We are aiming to raise $1.5 million to do exactly this. So write me at my email, omar@monitoro.xyz, and feel free to watch the video anytime at this link. Thank you.
Very cool. Okay, so
Thanks.
sorry for that sound. I love these kinds of businesses. I've seen quite a few live and intelligent scraping businesses over the years. They often end up being fantastically profitable businesses, actually, but they seem to cap out at a certain revenue size. So I'm curious if you are able to articulate what the next steps would be beyond this core product and how you see this growing to $1 billion company.
Yes. Actually, that's a great question. So my background actually is web automation, and I've been doing this for more than 6 years. And I have a very good understanding of all sorts of limitations when you start to productize, let's say, automation and this kind of patterns to different use cases and so on. So our approach for this is that scraping right now is just the technical implementation of this iteration of the platform. It's just our V1, basically. What we want in the future, and this is what we are raising for, is to build a data platform. So basically a pipeline from producers to consumers in a way that makes everybody benefit from it. There are many websites who would be happy to leverage the information they have in a way that is both friendly to their infrastructure and that is, let's say, convenient to the developers who want to consume that data and also financially viable. So we want to come up with a business model and the infrastructure to manage data pipelines at web scale.
I see. Okay. And so trying to connect it to the question I asked, which is, let's say, how do you get to $100 million of revenue? Is the answer that you see a marketplace of data that people can come along and just essentially subscribe to the data? Is that the idea?
Yes, this is one of the potential models we are seeing. So one other potential model is that we allow other people to create more specific products. So we provide them with the infrastructure, and then they go and create a business, let's say a community for a specific type of video games, for example, or specific types of music, etc. And they are finding the right business model with the right data sources and so on. And we want to facilitate that.
Got it. Okay, cool. So next question would be, can you share, for example, the top 4 or 5 use cases that you're seeing? You mentioned recruitment agencies, software agencies. What specifically are they doing?
Yeah, so the recruitment agencies, some of them are tracking LinkedIn profiles for skill changes. So whenever a new candidate changes a skill, they want to be aware of it. So we send them an email, in this case, writing them that, this candidate, et cetera, and they evaluate them and they update their internal software. Another use case that we have is with an NGO in Washington, the Tech Policy Institute, who are tracking several government websites to feed their dashboard. So they have a dashboard for economic impact of the current pandemic. And they are using this as a way to stay aware of all the changes. Like they are tracking the TSA website for changes in the flight traffic. They are tracking the government, the US Treasury for changes in the bond yields, etc. So like this is yet another use case we are looking at. We also have customers who are tracking product prices at a very large scale to perform, let's say, arbitrage in between different markets.
Excellent. Okay, so that was going to be segueing nicely into my next question, which is how do you make the data actionable? It sounds like for the NGO, there's a dashboard. Did they construct that dashboard or did you construct the dashboard?
Yeah, so the way we make it actionable is by connecting the source of the data directly to the service where they want to consume it from. In the case of this NGO, what they are doing is to read updates in their Slack channels. So they have dedicated Slack channels and new updates are received there. In the case of other customers, they are updating directly their Google Sheets. So we are providing them with an easy way, as you could see in the demo, to update specific sheets. And actually, we are updating thousands of products in one of our sheets. So yeah, like this is basically how we connect them directly without needing for a middleman or for programming.
And the company that you're emailing the LinkedIn skill changes to, was that set up with something like Zapier, or do you actually send the emails as part of the product experience?
Correct. So it was set up with Zapier. We are evaluating email changes, like sending changes via email, but it's actually quite, let's say, a diverse set of use cases. Not everybody wants emails in the same way at the same frequency, and that might, let's say, distract us too much from our main goal right now. This is why we do it via IFTT, Zapier, and others. And
what's the business model today?
The business model today is that customers are paying per page that is monitored. So for every web page, they are paying depending on the frequency and depending on how many pages they want to prepay for.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm getting a note on timing, so I think we're done. Thank you very much. It looks like a really, really cool business. And like I said, all of the ones of these I've come across are at least successful at the medium scale, and it seems like you have a shot to build a really big company as well.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you very much.